What's up, Ruthless Nation? Wednesday evening, and you know what that means. It is Ruthless GT Pro Series action, and tonight it is the All-Star race in the Karts at Eiger Nordwand. And quite the track here, very curvy, a lot of elevation changes, and we're in these very touchy karts that like to make their own decisions when turning sometimes. So no cautions will be called in either of these events. We will start off with Heat 1. Invert the field. Heat 2, invert the field from a certain number, and then the main event that will reward the winner with one playoff point. Got Monkey in here in the booth with us as always. And Monkey, what do you see here at this very topsy-turvy track?
I see a lot of fun here. I'm looking forward to this race. I've never been in a kart race before or watched one before, and I do understand that they handle well until they don't. Like you said, they have a lot of grip, a lot of aerodynamics, but they're also very slippery. It's hard to really explain the handling of the kart. Also, there will be no pit stops tonight, so these guys will be able to run on fuel and tires for the entire time. So we're not going to see any strategy. It's just going to be all-out kart racing from this crew.
Couldn't have said it any better myself. And we will be from the standing start this evening. And yes, that is the start-finish line that you're looking at. It comes out of a very odd set of turns. And you can see a lot of people get loose right here in this certain part of the track as well. So,
Yeah, good point. This is a crazy track. There's a lot of elevation changes, a lot of curves, and you cannot get off the track with these karts. That's something I didn't mention. You touch the grass, you're going to see these karts spinning out.
Got Rico in the chat. Thank you for showing up there, Rico. But without further ado, as the French may say, we'll get this kart All-Star Race Heat number 1 underway with Snowman on the point. And there the lights are off. Snowman with a little bit of a slow start there. That will allow T-Dubs to get out front to start this thing. Snowman is also under fire from Cork, who moves up to second quite quickly. There's Redneck Jesus as well. As we come around this first turn, looks like everybody's going to be able to make it. As we look ahead, Cork's getting loose back there in that third kart. Snowman has somehow got his kart back up into second place there off of that slow start. And they've stayed relevant to Tito's there. Cork, he's going to be around right here. And he gets her back going rather quickly, but he will drop nearly to the rear. 1-2 has now ran away. Rick Slick up into third with Monkey right there, along with Stu trying to make something happen from fifth. Little bump there between Monkey and Rick. And that's a battle right here for third.
The Cork can even come out of a spin and save his car in a go-kart.
That's right. That's what I'm seeing. As he moves back up to sixth already. Let's get back ahead. T-Dubs has lost the lead to Snowman. Not sure how that went about. Somehow T-Dubs got over in the grass and was able to save it. He's going to be neck and neck. He gets half-second penalty running through there. Monkey sits in third with Rick right behind him. Looks like Stu lost him a little bit, and Cork's back up here again as he'll take over fifth position.
T-Dubs had a little trouble going around one of those corners on the downhill too, but saved it. But he lost his grip on Snowman, I'll say.
Yeah, Snowman putting a little separation here on lap number 2 out of 10 in heat number 1. Half-second penalty is to T-Dubs. Monkey sits in third in that Detroit Blue kart, followed by Rick Slick. Cork's moved back up to fifth, as we had mentioned. Stu is right there in sixth, followed by Redneck Jesus in his Luigi car. Or kart, I should say.
Monkey's Blue is officially called Honolulu Blue.
There you go.
The Detroit Lions Blue.
You can see he's got the all lines out here. Got the football helmet on.
And a Jared Goff jersey. Fire jersey.
Jersey suit or fire jersey? What do you like? Monkey gets out way wide there in third. Rick Slick's coming back up on him here.
Oh, Rick Slick's got a pretty cool cart. I always pronounce it Rest Bull, but I really don't know how you say it.
And he's wearing that skeleton race suit. Looks pretty sick. It is a cool
I thought he was just
suit.
cut weight for the kart class. I didn't realize that was his racing suit.
Rick's a little famished. Let's go back up here to Snowman. He's put a pretty good gap on the rest of the bunch here. T-Dubs has trying to run away here from the rest of this field that has 3rd, 4th, and 5th. Oh, Cork around. We'll have to go to the West Higgins ORV replay. Go back 10 seconds, see what happened to our man Cork here. Looks like he's going to get a little bump there from the rear from Rick, and he goes up hard there into the grass. And he just spins her right around there. Allows Redneck Jesus around. Looks like maybe Stu back there had an issue because he is not on the same pace as earlier. And got Rebel Hawk driving his Dale Jr. inspired kart.
I expect to see everybody have some issues today. I don't think anyone's going to drive through this entire race without spinning out their kart. These guys aren't professional kart drivers. They're many of them, it's the first time they've ever been in one.
The Alfa Romeo kart here for T-Dubs, along with the Marlboro racing suit. Maybe an Ayrton Senna inspired suit. I don't know, he's got Ferrari on there.
I couldn't tell you who Senna raced for.
I thought he raced for Marlboro.
That
And
part
Williams.
I think he did. Yeah, I don't know about the car. It is interesting that we can see everybody's fire suits this week too.
That's right. Got Stu wearing the Ruthless racing suit.
Let me see that. Nice, has his name on the back. Or it's a new suit, I'm not sure.
Both. And there is the Dale Jr. inspired suit here. Oh, as he gets up into the wall there a little bit. Doesn't spin her though, which is a good place to do it. It's what we was talking about before we started. We got Snowman just putting a whooping on him right now. T-Dubs has put himself in a good position in relevance to the rest of the field. Monkey, though, in 3rd, pretty solid up there. Just needs to avoid some mistakes because Rick Slick is on the pace here. You know, we got Cork in 5th, and behind him, is Redneck, followed by Stu, then Rebel Hawk. But halfway through this time, whenever we get back to the line in heat number 1, and really finishing first here in this heat, not a beneficiary to you in the next heat, as you will be starting in the rear.
That's true, and you could sandbag and intentionally finish last, but these guys are all racers, and I don't think they could do that no matter how bad they wanted to or how good of an idea it might be. They want to win the race more than they want to sandbag.
That's a good point. Cork, though, making his way back up through here. We know Cork, he can wheel anything if he can just keep her between the lines.
Yep. He had a good run going where he was not making any mistakes, but we're starting to see the old Cork come back the last couple of races.
Ooh. As Cork hit something back there, got into the wall of the bridge, didn't really go around at all, just kind of ping-ponged or pinballed his way up through the bridge there.
We could say that was a broadcaster curse, but that's just Cork.
Yeah, that's true.
What is he driving? Looks like a candy wrapper.
No, I'm not sure exactly what he's got going on here. A lot of chrome. We know that to be true from him. Ooh, as he gets off into the dirt again. They're somehow able to keep her straight again. And something we failed to mention so far is this little bump right there after the start-finish line. All 4 tires do come off the ground here.
Yes, they do. And whoever is in front of Cork right there went off the track a little bit. Rick.
Oh no. So that's going to close up that gap a little bit.
Yes. Every driver out here has that little bit of hope, even if they have a 6-second gap between the cart in front of them, that they spin off the track, you're going to get that position back. So you always got that going for you. It could happen at any time. At least 6 seconds. Let's see, first, second, and third, and then fourth and fifth are all pretty evenly spaced apart. Probably 1 incident apart each.
Ooh, I believe we had an incident back here with Redneck. We'll go back 10 seconds on the West Higgins ORV replay. Oh yeah, he is a round up here. He was heavy into the wall, smoke flying off the tires of that cart. Stu goes around.
Wow, that was a big hit. He'll be under concussion protocol for the rest of the week after this race.
He should be. Not a lot of protection here for the head and the carts.
No.
Snowman's got us down to 3 laps remaining, and here in heat number 1 of the All-Star race, as the battle for 4th is heating up, as we'll keep you right here with Rick Slick and Court. We'll see how these two decide to fight each other. You can get a little bit of slipstream here off of these carts.
I'm gonna get a look at these carts. Yeah, sorry, you mentioned that the slipstream, it actually is pretty good. When you get it pack in the slipstream, you stay with them, you're going 5-6 miles per hour faster maybe. And on a tight track like this, that makes a big difference because you're used to taking these turns at the max of the cart.
Rick is going mowing, and he's around. Man, he saved it for half a mile, but unfortunately, Cork was able to get by him as he struggled to keep that thing straight. And Rick
that was a good recovery.
Yeah, I don't know if he actually touched the wall or not, but that grass is very easily, like I said, it will make your cart just kind of turn on its own.
Yep, the slightest touch off the track. It's nerve-wracking as a driver. You get over there. And then dirty tires, they're a real problem with these too. You watch these guys go around these curves, and the carts are at their absolute limit.
Here comes Snowman around to the line. It'll be 1 to go, presented by Skew Car in heat number 1. Right there at the line when he gets here.
I am way off sync.
There's Monkey in third coming down the hill and takes his 1 to go. Cork not too far behind. Monkey's kind of in mistake range for Cork, as we like to call it. Rick Slick, unfortunately, maybe would need a couple mistakes from Cork, but, you know, that's something that we are known to see from him.
I hear these guys going around the turns, those tires just squealing, and
yeah, good thing there's no wear, because it could get brutal.
Yeah. These are carts, but look at the speeds they're going. They're hitting 100 miles per hour plus. A lot of areas in this track.
Yeah, especially downhill there and over the bump going into turn number 1.
Yeah, 100 miles per hour plus 2 or 3. I don't want to over-exaggerate that.
Out of our last turn comes Snowman, and he will finish first here in heat number 1. So he'll come down to a crawl and just park her there on the start-finish line. Guess he's actually waiting for T-Dubs to get a little closer. There you go. A little
Maybe.
Insult to injury there. Monkey will come across in third. Cork will put her in a wall trying to get her home. Hopefully he can get her back going, and he will. He'll get her across in fourth. Rick was kind of under threat here from Stu and Redneck, but he's going to be able to survive as well. And now Stu will bring his around and put it in the wall. Redneck must have had another incident, as he was way closer to 6th and 5th there.
He had an incident across the start-finish line.
He did.
I just got my first look at Stu's cart. I don't want to spoil it when we do the cart look. It's impressive. I'm a big fan.
There we go. That will end heat number 1 with Snowman going to the rear. Unfortunately, that is your prize for winning heat number 1. Now we'll jump on over to heat number 2.
I'm not sure I'd want to win that.
That's true. All right, let's load in here, and we'll do our cart view in heat 2. We've got a little sneak peek of them, but we'll do a little more deep dive as we'll jump. If you're ready, Monkey. Or go back to the front. Alright. Starting now. Oh, gotta put up all my stuff here, but roles have reversed. Rebel Hawk's going to be on the point for this, and heat number 2 is Redneck will take off by him. Stu's trying to make something happen there. Yeah, he'll jump up to 2nd as well. You can kind of see these guys that were sort of the faster carts in the first one. Cork goes off to the left. Gets a hold of Stu, goes up into 2nd. Stu's got a lot going on around him now, forces T-Dubs out to the right side. We are 3-4 wide here. Cork, I think, slows down to kind of give that position back. We got another one out here. It's Rebel Hawk. He kind of got off to the left there. Oh, Snowman gets bundled up here in this mess. Almost gets Stu around there again. You can see he's trying to get back up to speed, gets back in order here. And Redneck has took off here for the heat number 2.
Yeah, enjoying the clear view. Dirty air is also a thing with these carts, which I guess makes sense. They're almost all aerodynamic.
That's right. Getting right up on the rear of one of these things will make you super loose. Cork and Stu going to try it again here. Cork's going to go around to the inside of this turn, get clear for the outside of the next, and almost gets the nose of the 24 coming back to the line. We got a good battle here for 3rd place. Rick and Snowman. Snowman way down here into turn number 1, gets off over into the grass. Didn't lose it though, very easily done. Snowman moves up another position here around Rick.
A lot of position changes happened right there.
Oh, Snowman with an issue here. All right. So our favorite from last heat in a little bit of trouble here. Oh, Redneck into the pits. I'm going to have to go on board. We'll go back, West Higgins ORV replay. We'll get on board with them, see what happens here.
Heck yeah, let's look at these pits too. They're pretty cool.
Yeah, so Stu gets into the rear there. I think he just overcorrected as he goes down into pit road. And yes, we'll go under the mountain here and give you a look at pit road through the tunnel. And yeah, pit road is under the mountain.
Yeah, really feels like you're in some kind of secret military facility.
So T-Dubs was able to get the lead off of all that. He almost loses it through our last turns. Cork moves up to 2nd. He's got Rick and Snowman right there battling.
Rebel Hawk and Stu just got into it.
Oh no. Let's get another replay on that, see what's going on here. Oh, Monkey's around right there. We catch a little bit of that. Oh, Stu's around as well, yeah, and gets a hold of Rebel Hawk. Stu gets her back going. So does Rebel Hawk. There goes Redneck. He came out of the pits off of his little accident.
Everybody's around.
A lot going on there. Snowman has moved up to 2nd now. He's got Cork right behind him, followed by Rick. The rest of the top 5 are kind of back here on their lonesome. Oh, we got another one around up here. It was Rebel Hawk out of turn number 1 as Monkey gets around him. Welcome everybody tuning in, watching. It's the heat number 2 of the All-Star Race main event up next. And considering that this is in the carts, you can see guys running, like T-Dub's running on 110 there, so not really what you consider a long lap.
No, it's about as fast as you're going to go around here in any car. I think. I've been around here in faster cars running slower laps than this.
Yeah, definitely the turning will attribute to that.
Certainly. So T-Dubs is our leader right now. I guess he has been for a while.
That's right, now it's time for the paint scheme rundown. You can see the Alfa Romeo kart here for T-Dubs wearing that Marlboro racing suit. Must have a Ferrari kart with the, or maybe a Ferrari kart motor with the Alfa Romeo body.
Could be.
That's how I'm going to call it. We got Snowman. You know he's ripping those McLaren colors. He's got the HendrickCars.com McLaren scheme going on here for his kart and race suit. You take a quick peek at the back of his helmet. That's how what he thinks about you.
That's seems like that's pretty fitting for Snowman.
All right, now Court. Oh, as he's going through the dirt, can he keep it straight? Somehow he did. And his all chrome blacked out race suit. Oh, he doesn't keep her straight that time. He'll go around and we're on board for it here. No West Higgins ORV replay needed. Oh, he's lost it again coming through turn number 1.
There we go.
That's the Cork we know.
He's very good at saving cars or riding, getting them right again.
That's certainly right. All right, hopefully Cork doesn't give us any more TV. We'll move back to 24 and the Jeff Gordon inspired kart.
My favorite, the Rainbow Warrior. You have to be fast to drive a kart like that. Not because it's not a great scheme, I love it. Yep, I love the scheme. If Jeff Gordon was fast, people could make fun of him all they wanted because he did all his talking on the track.
He certainly did. Stu is on his way up there to 4th trying to catch Court. Back to Monkey here in that Detroit-inspired kart. Got the race suit to match Jared Goff-inspired race suit. And that is quite the kart. I like the color scheme.
Thank you. Honolulu blue and silver.
There you go. And the mono headlight on the front.
What everybody else have?
I don't know. I guess they do too. Go on board with Redneck, and he goes around in his Luigi machine, matching race suit as well. I like how he's got the overalls kind of built into that. It looks pretty cool.
It is. Excellent scheme.
That's right. And go up to Rebel Hawk here. He's driving that Amp Energy 88 Dale Jr. inspired with the kind of the old Mountain Dew logo on his helmet, the Yahoo Mountain Dew, if you will.
Oh, yeah.
A nice looking kart out of him. But back up front to our leader, T-Dubs, as he brings us to 4 to go through turn number 1. Snowman here, he kind of gets swirly coming down into turn number 1, but he has been making up some ground here on T-Dubs as we've progressed here through heat number 2. Rick Slick is looking rather good there in 3rd place. I think as long as he keeps his machine straight, he should be good to go. Court kind of a whole series of turns behind him there, so, and you know Cork, he's got a couple more saves in his pocket before this thing's over.
Yeah, we didn't mention Cork's in the all-black fire suit. It's kind of new with Cork lately. He's been driving all-black cars They were all
Oh!
black fire suits.
I told you he had a
Oh.
couple more in his pocket. Well, he didn't save that one. He got hung up on the guardrail. Now let's see how close that'll allow Monkey to get to him here.
Pretty close.
Could make it a battle here for fourth place. Only going to have 3 laps remaining when they get back around to the line.
These karts were so fun to drive that I wouldn't mind an entire kart racing league.
Yeah, they're nice on their own right.
Of all the tracks I drove this week, this was my least favorite. Watkins Glen was so fun on these things. And there's a ton of tracks. You'd think you'd want all short tracks, but that's not the case.
Now, when you really get these things up to speed, they'll move.
Yeah, and they're a challenge. They're not little Formula One cars like you would think.
Although a lot of Formula One guys got their start in karts, doesn't really translate in this discipline.
No, there's a lot of downforce you don't have in a kart. Like, who are we watching right now?
We're on this battle for fourth. I got Monkey kind of closing up to Cork here.
Yeah, so this section they're going through here, these karts get real light going over those little hills. There you, oops, sorry.
Oh,
there you go. That's what I mean, they lighten up a little bit.
I told you he had a couple more in his pocket that he'd have to pull out. That allowed Stu to move up to fifth, so let's see if he's able to hold off Cork by the end of this thing. Only 2 more laps remaining. Monkey's up to fourth. He is not too close to Rick, so Rick would really have to mess up here up in the top 3 to allow Monkey to get by, I do believe. Got Rick in the chat, appreciate it. Big Ben showing up in the chat as well. Appreciate all you guys. Please hit that like button for us. It means a lot. If you're new here, hit the subscribe button. We appreciate new subscribers. Almost to 2,000 of you all a part of Ruthless Nation.
Nice.
As I've always said, Ruthless Nation is the best nation. Could probably end the war in Ukraine.
It's one of the few nations that has never been in a war.
It's true.
Peaceful nation.
Maybe a couple civil wars, but that's okay.
Yes.
Who hasn't had 1 or 2 of those?
Every family with siblings.
So Rebel Hawk in danger here, going a lap down. Sorry, I missed T-Dubs on the 1 to go presented by Skew Car that last time by. This is actually going to hurt Snowman's chances at getting to T-Dubs if he can grab a little bit of slipstream off of Rebel Hawk up ahead of him.
There's always that chance of T-Dubs. Well, there goes that.
Yep, there he goes.
I was gonna say dirty air, but
I think he's
right
well
on by
aware of
him.
that. All right, T-Dubs coming out of the last turn, and he will be the winner of heat number 2 as the first went to Snowman. Snowman in second coming around out of the last turn, and there he goes. Rebel Hawk finishes his race a lap down as Rick Slick's coming up through the last section of our course into the last turn. Look at Monkey there. He's all alone as well. It looks like, oh, Cork is back around. We thought maybe he'd be able to catch Stu there, but wasn't able to do so. So Rick Slick goes by in third. Monkey's coming out of the last turn right now, and he will cross in fourth. Now back to the Rainbow Warrior, and he'll just spin it for good measure.
Monkey and Stu both almost every single lap within 1 second of each. The entire lap times are on consistent laps. I look at Cork. He's all over the place. On the track and with the lap times. 111, 119, 122, 112. Stu and Monkey are on a real consistent. I think Cork's got it in him if he could put it together to give these guys something, but Really got to clean it up here for the final stage.
That's right. Main event coming up here in the All-Star races. We'll get over and prepared for that. Through 2 heats, T-Dubs and Snowman, who else would you have imagined kind of the favorites here right now for the battle of a playoff point that will be rewarded to the first place finisher of our 20-lap main event. So 2 10-lap heats, then a 20-lap main event, which gives us 40 total laps here at Eiger Nordwand. But we'll get everything set up here. Get back to 0 on the clock. So you can see after we revamped the field, we went from 6th back change. So everybody else remained the same. So 6th on up. So 6th, 7th, and 8th. I guess Trackhawk. Not sure. Maybe it was 7th.
See, so Rick was... well, where'd Cork finish? Cork is on the pole because we random draw. Okay, so 7th place moved up. So 7, 8, 9, and 10 are 1, 2, 3, and 4. Somehow it worked out like that.
Couldn't tell you. Nonetheless, Cork will start on the front here, followed by Stu, Monkey, Rick Slick, Snowman in your top 5. Snowman and T-Dubs were your favorites from the heats as we'll get started right now. And the 5 lights will go on, and then when they're out, we'll be back underway. It looks like Rebel Hawk's going to get a little bit of a starting penalty there. Cork off to a good start. Stu as well. Monkey not too shabby, but Rick's right there along with T-Dubs. You can see T-Dubs jumped up rather quickly, and he's going to dive it heavy down here into turn number 1 and take over 3rd place from 6th to 3rd in 1 lap. Gets loose, though, through that 2nd turn. Stu up there battling for 2nd place as T-Dubs is actually going to go around right there. We'll see how this is going to work out, as that is quite the pack. And this playoff point, it's only 1 playoff point up for grabs. No fast laps, nothing like that. So Cork, all of his wrecks kind of worked out.
It did. It couldn't have worked out better for Cork.
Ooh, but 24 got in the wall up there. Sorry.
I wanted to add that only the winner gets a playoff point, so if you don't win, you go home with nothing.
That's right. Snowman's kind of marred in traffic here, but he's trying to make a move up through this tight section where these carts tend to get light, and that's quite the pack right there. These guys are going to be going as fast as they have all day with that many carts ahead. And right there, Rick Slick kind of jumps over in front of the 24. Might have got a little bit loose after all that.
That's a battle back there.
That's right. 3rd to 6th is a mosh pit of carts. Ooh, little bump right there. Got into Rick. They did the 24.
Redneck's in there too.
Yeah, he got to move up during all that fighting, and now Rick and Stu back wheel to wheel. Oh, Rick almost loses it, but somehow keeps it together there. Won't lose too much here. All these guys are pack racing right now. So that is quite the battle that we're looking up here as Redneck tries to go back to the inside of Stu. He's going to be slow there on the inside. You want to be on the outside coming off that overpass that is here and going back up the hill. Beautiful views here, too, as well.
Certainly. That part of the track makes me real nervous. Oh, sorry, this part of the track. No, the other part of the track. Just the way those cars go over those hills. So light right there.
Right, here's another good place to lose it right off to the left side of the track. Everybody survives that time. Now it's going to be Rick and Stu fighting for 4th position. Snowman was able to get around them and keep going.
Yeah, I'd imagine the top 3 are... Oh, they're starting to tighten up. The top 3 are all together now.
Oh, yeah. Oh, good battle there. 3 wide up front for 1st place. Look at that.
Wow.
These guys are fighting it out for that 1st position. They need that 1 playoff point. There's T-Dubs coming off 2 sweeps.
Just like we said, if Cork can get it together, he might have something for these guys. And
3
We're
wide.
only into lap 3. What? They're still 3 wide.
Snowman able to win the battle there going into our last few turns. All right, we'll give these guys a quick second to sort it out down the hill. Stu still remains in 4th position as got Redneck has moved up to 5th.
I'll keep an eye on the top 3 of the other monitor if something happens.
Oh, Redneck's way down to the inside, into Stu, out into the fence. Oh, no. Big wreck there. They're going to move back to 6th and 7th. Redneck actually going to stop, I think, and take a little self-imposed penalty there. Oh, as he got dirty tires up here on the 24. Redneck will keep her going. He just kind of overcooked it going into turn number 1 there. That'll definitely separate the rest of our field now. Rick able to take over 4th. Monkey able to take over 5th during all that. But back out to the front we go. We'll see if these guys are able to chase Snowman back down.
They've been lined up for a little while now.
They were absolutely battling it out coming through the first few laps. Cork had a little bit of a lead there as everybody got packed up to start the race. He started out on the pole after our random inverting of the drivers from Heat 2. But these guys are still very much within striking distance of one another. You can see when someone makes a mistake, if they can't get it immediately back right, you're going to be at 0 miles an hour trying to turn that thing around.
I think they're all definitely Cork and T-Dubs. I think they've got the draft of Snowman there too, or the Slipstream. Yeah, look, they're all caught back up again.
Yeah, this is going to be another battle up the hill, I can imagine. As long as everybody keeps it together. Oh, Snowman got loose there. That's definitely going to close the gap a little bit. Seemed like he recovered nicely, though. Back up the hill these guys go, nose to tail. T-Dubs, you can see all the way out to the left side against that wall, and Cork somehow able to make the inside line work. Maybe T-Dubs got a little bit of the wall there. Cork now back in major striking distance of Snowman. He somehow was able to close that gap from 3rd better than T-Dubs could from 2nd.
Each of those guys took a different line through that turn. Snowman took it right down the middle. T-Dubs up high, Cork down low.
It's a nice battle here of our top 3. Unfortunately, a little incident forced the rest of the field kind of separate from one another. Rick and Monkey's back there. They're waiting for those two to get close and start battling. Cork goes down to the inside. Turn number 1 takes over first place for a brief moment. Back down the inside goes Snowman. Protects heavy on the outside there. Another inside facing turn for Snowman as he blocks again back down towards the bottom. Needs to get down to the bottom of that turn. Does so. Everybody survives the grass as we go across the bridge and head back up the hill. And this is where we've been seeing these guys get close together, going back up the hill.
That's some crazy racing. There they are again. Three different lines. Snowman not too high up the middle, but middle. I think he can run any line over that bridge. I think it's fine.
Yeah, Cork finding something, though, with that inside entry to outside exit. He's been rather quick through there our last few laps.
Oh, his lap times are 2 seconds better than the first 2 heats.
Yeah, they are. Cork's ran a 109.9, fastest of the race so far. We look around at his competitors. Snowman ran one back on lap 2. Cork again makes a move here on the first turn. Takes that lead just for a brief moment. Way back out to the outside goes Snowman. That's going to allow Cork to be clear back to this inside-facing turn. But no, Snowman kind of pulls the same thing he did last time. Oh, Cork's out to the right side. He'll move back to 3rd. Unfortunate there for Cork. Had a good run going, but he'll be right back in the slipstream here of T-Dubs. And they'll have to kind of work together like they did before. You can see Cork just kind of struggling with the nose of that car because he's right up on the rear end of T-Dubs there. And that dirty air will get the nose loose here in these carts. It'll make it super light. Don't know if it kind of raises your front wing off the ground or what, but definitely gets harder to control when you get right on the rear of somebody.
It even seems to mess you up if somebody's right behind you.
Yeah, I could definitely maybe bringing the rear off the ground a bit.
Maybe. Could just be the nature of these carts.
Yeah, all that air just kind of flies off the front to the sides. T-Dubs has a little bit of an issue there. Cork tries to make a move over the hump to the inside. He'll have this preferred line down into turn number 1. We've seen Cork, he's attacking really well there. I think he slows up T-Dubs, though. Had T-Dubs a better exit than Cork. You can see he may have had to let out of it a little bit, but not a lot to the leader here, you know, as far as clean air. We've seen Cork off the start. Maybe he had a slight issue here or there, but certainly did not wreck. And these guys were able to catch him, although fighting through traffic.
More I look at that Cork's cart, I think he might be driving that 1980s version of a Flash Gordon movie cart. Kind of looks like some of the special effects and things they had in there. Very basic gold, very basic symbol.
A trident, not quite a trident.
Yeah, I don't know. If you never watched that movie, I don't recommend it. That was all we had back then.
Flash.
That's it.
Savior of the universe.
Yes, Queen did the entire soundtrack.
Good battle here for first between Cork and Snowman. I don't know if T-Dubs, I think, just might be biding his time. They are wheel to wheel there. Oh, maybe a little contact even.
Maybe. I think T-Dubs is doing that.
Oh, Cork. That little patch of grass coming out of that turn there is dangerous. Getting back up on the bridge.
T-Dubs is not racing aggressively. He's just sitting there waiting, making clean passes when they're available.
That's right. And Snowman, I think, possibly the biggest lead he's had thus far. So we'll see if Cork and T-Dubs is able to make it happen again and close this gap.
They really need to work together at this point just to get back up to Snowman. Cork needs to not pressure T-Dubs, just let him get up there. Maybe carefully give him a bump draft. Oh, I think they're in range. Yeah.
Just based off about halfway through now, just based off of that alone, Snowman, I think, just not having the best first sector here. But he seems to kind of put the pedal down through here. As you can see, he's really separated himself from these guys, and he is on the fastest lap of the race right now as we go back up the hill. So we'll see if that holds true whenever he gets back around to the line.
Yeah, he's not as dominant as he was earlier, but he has run a 110 almost every single lap of this race, except for lap 2, where he ran a 109, and lap 1, which was slower because it was the start lap. But he has run very consistently, as has T-Dubs.
Ooh, he might have lost a little bit right there, but we'll see if this ends up being the fastest of the race. It does by a tenth, and nobody behind him has done better yet. Rick Slick comes around here out of the last turn.
It's interesting without the car bodies around him. You can see how the drivers look around with their heads. Do quite a bit of looking at each other.
Ooh, T-Dubs got off that grass a little bit there.
Yeah. For a brief moment, Cork probably thought he had second place.
I'm sure he did. Now Cork's starting to be a little more aggressive here. I don't know if that's the time to start doing it. Snowman is really putting a hurting on him here. I think Cork just needs to kind of slip right in behind T-Dubs here for a couple straights. Oh, T-Dubs is going to be sideways, but he'll save it. He stays in second. Holy cow, what a save there out of the Marlboro man.
That was crazy.
I thought for sure.
I saw Cork give him a little bump. I thought it was a bump draft, and it may have been, but then I thought he finished T-Dubs off.
I was about to pull out my Jeff Burton voice, but